Chances are, if you've seen a hip-hop music video in the last 15 years, you most likely have noticed rappers have been using a lot of satanic imagery. Today, most people would say hip-hop is starting to mirror the imagery being put out by rock stars in the 70s. Artists like Doja Cat, Lil Uzi Vert, and Playboi Carti have embodied this punk satanic rock and roll persona. Last year, Doja was receiving backlash for her over-the-top satanic imagery in music videos like Paint the Town Red and Demons. While fans call these artists satanic, artists like Doja Cat deny these allegations and claim it's only art.
Very confident Satanism thing. I'm sorry, when did I say that I was a Satanist?
This has left many with the question, are rappers fake worshipping Satan for shock value to sell more records? Or do these artists really worship the devil? Well, the answer to this question is much darker than you think. Hey guys, I hope all is well. Welcome to the Truth Is channel, where I drop new videos every other day exposing the truth. In today's episode, we will be answering the question of why hip-hop uses so much satanic imagery. Let's get right into it. Have you ever been watching a music video to one of your favorite hip-hop songs, and out of nowhere you see some strange demonic imagery being shown? You then ask yourself, why in the world is this artist choosing to put this kind of imagery in this video if it doesn't even match the lyrics of the song? The rapper's rapping about how much money they got, how iced out their watch is, while they're standing on top of a satanic pentagram. For years now, fans have been calling rappers satanic due to the choice of imagery they have incorporated in their music videos and in their lyrics. While most people brush it off as artists just trying to get attention and appear edgy, others feel that there must be a sinister reason behind this. Satanic imagery in the music industry isn't new. As I mentioned earlier, rock and roll was heavily incorporating satanic occult imagery since the 60s and the 70s. It completely took over rock to the point that Satan became the mascot of rock and roll. With hip-hop, even though satanic imagery has been prevalent since the beginning, it wasn't in the forefront like it was in rock and roll. That was until the mid-2010s when hip-hop started to show its true colors. In the 2010s, new rappers were emerging left and right, using over-the-top satanic imagery. Rappers like Trippie Redd, who promoted inverted crosses in 666, or like Juice WRLD, who rapped about selling his soul to the devil often. The satanic imagery was everywhere, and it wasn't just something one or two rappers were doing in music videos, it became all of hip-hop. Why the sudden rise in satanic imagery out of nowhere? Were these new rappers just inspired by rock stars from the 70s? Well, not exactly. What most people don't know is that hip-hop had a relationship with the devil since its inception. And I will explain exactly what I mean by that. The reason hip-hop uses so much satanic imagery is because its purpose of creation was to normalize the satanic lifestyle, just like rock and roll. Hip-hop was made to guide the urban city youth on a path of self-destruction, and these rappers were used to lead the way.
My name is Robert Cooper, rap name Koopsta Knicca, but you can call me Coop. Yes, I was deeply, I don't know about nobody else, but I can tell you, we was doing with 666. Hey, we exactly knew what it meant. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of didn't want to get into all that, no matter what I blame God for doing, you know. I hated God for what he did. But as it came to the 666, I don't think I hate him that much. But I did it because it was money. And so, you could, I even had the satanic books, the little warlock materials, every warlock got to have a dagger, cut the little punch stars, whatever, little candles. And I had all that. I was into all that. So, because something about the other Bible didn't work out. So I can tell you this, we did, folks with 666, some folks were scared of it and left, put it. But me, I meant what I was saying. I definitely meant it. I said, so God, you're gonna play like that, huh? Well, I got you. I'm gonna make black folks comfortable with 666. Back then, black folks was like scared of it. They wasn't too much on it. It's basically rock and roll. They said 666, they go, ah. But then they start listening to it and go to church. So they said, asked a lot of y'all worship the devil. They say they're Christians, but they up in 666, you get what I'm saying? So my job was out of anger to make black people get comfortable with their name. And I was very intelligent with it because I read a lot about it. So I read a lot of books. I'm not a Christian, I'm not a Baptist, I'm not an atheist, I'm not a Muslim, I'm not a Catholic. It's all to maintain order. Now, I can't talk against religion because without religion, which is what they use to maintain order, if that happened, it'd be a lot of chaos. You get what I'm saying? But I read a lot and I put all that into the music and the energy. You get what I'm saying? Because how you get Satan's name going, you get the kids to liking it. Now today, see, I think we was one of the first people to break it like that. You would think 666 would have been a rock and roll band. So I think I was used by Satan, and I think he's a big, I don't fear him. I don't even believe in that mother no more. But just to get black people, you know, once you get the black people, which are the riders of the Bible, they carry the Bible on their back like Jesus, Yahshua, whatever his name is, told it the cross, you know what I'm saying, the crux or whatever. But anyway, we got people comfortable with his name, and we made sure we made songs violent. Very, very violent. We made songs very violent. Everything was violent.
That was an interview of Koopsta, who was once a member of the rap group 3 6 Mafia. In the mid to late 90s, 3 6 Mafia was a popular rap group who had incorporated these satanic themes into their entire brand. They called themselves 3 6 Mafia as a play on 666, which we all know is the mark of the beast. Koopsta admits out of his own mouth that he was a Satanist, and he indeed was incorporating real satanic beliefs into his music. He admits that the devil used him and his group to normalize the devil to his own people. He admits out of his own mouth that he got black people comfortable with the number of the beast 666. He also admits he used to actually worship the devil and practice occult magic. What Koopsta is admitting to us is that he sold his soul because he wanted money, and the devil's industry provided him with all the money he wanted. In this part of the interview, Koopsta admits that he would use his music to hypnotize his audience with demonic 666 chants.
Violent. Sometimes we use the try to come up with stuff to hypnotize people, like repeated of 666, back-to-back 666. I got a bass line, you say, you hear me high. You hear these crazy ass samples that we've been off this and shit. It was a lot of crazy. We went downtown to do an album cover for Mr. Styles. And you couldn't know me, of course. I got on this me on the cross. Just me, Paulo, and the Juice with Crunch on it. He was one part of the group. We went across going on this in this city by rich folks and politicians that's in this shit. And this shit is really serious. So I told myself, hey, well, I'm not the kind of drink blood, because you know there's 150 some ways of worshiping Satan. Voodoo, you got Satanists, occults, all kind of shit, witchcraft, sorcerers. So I guess I was just a goddamn messenger. You get what I'm saying? You know, I was a clean, fancy type Satanist, or whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? And I guess I would like to, because I want the scum of the earth, like going wearing all the goddamn crazy colors and necklaces. I did have upside down crosses. I did have black fingernails, but I ain't that crazy off the wall kind. I'm strictly because there's levels in it. You got motherfuckers that go from the black robe to the chains and cuts on their bodies to mother with Italian suits on.
As you heard for yourself, he admits that he used his music to guide people to Lucifer. 3 6 Mafia was created to normalize the lifestyle of the beast, to hypnotize the urban city youth to worship Satan. It's the reason 3 6 Mafia's record label was called Hypnotized Minds. They hypnotized the masses to follow the path of self-worship, while members of 3 6 Mafia like Gangsta Boo, who called herself the Devil's Daughter, would deny the satanic allegations. Members like Crunchy Black has on many occasions admitted 3 6 Mafia were serving the devil. In this interview, Crunchy straight up admits they are signed to the devil.
Are you still signed with 3 6? No, I ain't signed with 3 6, but you know, we all signed to the devil, so.
We all signed to the devil, so.
What can it be? You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. No, it's all.
Also in this interview, Crunchy talks about meeting the devil.
Hey man, the devil, when I met him, and I hate to say it, I met him.
This is the reason hip-hop uses satanic imagery. They are pushing this lifestyle to the masses. Koopsta spent his entire career worshiping the devil and spreading the devil's message through his music until his passing. A man who made his entire image about worshiping the devil and normalizing 666 ended up having a stroke on October 6th and then passed away 3 days later on October 9th, which is a 6 turned upside down. This was not a coincidence, but a payment for the wages of his sin. Artists like Doja Cat, Lil Uzi, and Playboi Carti aren't using satanic imagery because of shock value or to increase their fame. They are doing it because it's a part of hip-hop's purpose, and it has been since the beginning. If we go all the way back to the beginning of hip-hop, you will see that occult beliefs have been put into the core of hip-hop when it was created. This man goes by the name of Africa Bambaataa, and he is considered to be one of the godfathers of hip-hop. Hip-hop was created in the Bronx on Sedgwick Avenue, and Africa Bambaataa was one of the leading figures. Africa Bambaataa, alongside of DJ Kool Herc and Grandmaster Flash, are considered the founding fathers of hip-hop. They are the ones who laid the foundation down for what hip-hop would become. Bambaataa, who called himself Amin Ra, which is an Egyptian god, is an obvious occultist. In this photo, he can be seen wearing ritual attire, and in this music video, he can be seen wearing a demonic horn headpiece. Bambaataa is into the same occult mysticism that Aleister Crowley was into. He practiced the same rituals, and just like Koopsta, Bambaataa read all the occult books and incorporated them into hip-hop. Many of you should have heard that Bambaataa was accused of taking advantage of many kids in the Bronx. He would use his fame and popularity in the neighborhood to take advantage of vulnerable young souls, using them for his occult rituals. Occult rituals that Crowley spoke about himself in many of his magical books. One of the kids that Bambaataa used for his rituals was Hassan Campbell, who has confirmed just how demonic the industry truly is. So the idea that hip-hop is just copying rock and roll by using satanic imagery is wrong. These occult beliefs were incorporated into the fundamentals of hip-hop. It has been a part of hip-hop since day one, which is the reason why the genre uses so much satanic imagery. This is the reason hip-hop embraces Satan through its lyrics and music videos. It is showing us it's the music of the beast. Throughout the years of hip-hop, I saw the devil be incorporated into just about every era of hip-hop. In the 80s, Dr. Dre was an important figure in hip-hop, and he was also an occultist. Dre and B Real dropped this music video for their song called Puppet Master that explains exactly what these rappers are in the industry. The music video showed Dr. Dre in hell playing chess with the devil. In one point of the video, they showed a puppet being controlled on the strings of the devil. This music video was telling the world that these artists are puppets of Lucifer spreading his lifestyle. This satanic agenda was passed down through Dr. Dre's artists. Dr. Dre went on to sign Snoop Dogg in the 90s, who also showed the same imagery. In Snoop Dogg's music video for Murder Was the Case, he literally shows how he sold his soul to the devil to become a rap star. He shows himself in a hospital bed when a black crow flies in through an open window into the room. The crow then transforms into a demonic-looking man with snake eyes, which is an obvious reference to the serpent. He then makes Snoop Dogg a proposition, showing him he can make him a star and give him everything he desires. This was Snoop Dogg telling us he sold his soul to have the world. And it is obvious Snoop Dogg was used to push the satanic lifestyle. Dr. Dre also signed Eminem in the late 90s and used them to push the agenda through the 2000s. Eminem embodied evil and Satan, and we heard that through his music. Eminem has songs like My Darling, where he is talking to the devil the entire song. In the song, Eminem sings, "The dark shall emerge from the fiery depths of hell, then swallow the shell of the hollow who dwell in the shadows of all who are willing to sell their souls for this rap game." Eminem admits himself, these artists are selling their souls and being used to push Satan's agenda of self-worship. What artists like Lil Uzi Vert, Lil Nas X, and Playboi Carti are doing is pushing the same satanic agenda from the 70s to the new generation of kids. They hypnotize the masses to adopt this beast lifestyle. If you open your eyes, you would notice that these artists are not at all pretending. They are misguiding the masses. They are following the agenda that hip-hop was created to push. God is real, and what better proof of it than to witness the attacks on him by Lucifer? If you open your spiritual eyes, you will be able to see the full-on spiritual war that has taken place. Sadly, most of hip-hop is on the side that's destined to lose. Recently, Cat Williams did an interview with Joe Rogan that connects with all of this and furthers my point. On the Joe Rogan podcast, Cat starts talking to Joe about the Lil Nas X agenda being pushed through the industry and how he knew they would have the world accept this agenda long before it happened. Cat told Rogan that he realized this when he learned about Baphomet. He mentioned that Baphomet was a gender-bending beast who is both a man and a female. And when he learned about this, he knew this is what our world will become. He saw this coming because it's the Baphomet agenda. This is what the music industry is pushing. This is what Hollywood is all about. And it's the reason our world is becoming so lost, because they're following the beast lifestyle. One thing I noticed was the way Joe reacted to Cat Williams calling out Baphomet. Joe started making jokes and saying things that would discredit Cat Williams. This just further proves that Joe Rogan is nothing but a puppet. Rogan knows well who Baphomet is. He himself attended the satanic wedding of the grandson of the Church of Satan's founder, Anton LaVey. Joe could be seen throwing up the devil's horn gesture while holding Anton's grandsons close and smiling. I have seen so many people in my very own comment section claiming that Joe is turning to Christ. But these are only excuses being made by people who want to continue to indulge in his content. Joe Rogan is a sellout, and this interview proves that. His response tells you all you need to know. Joe is doing what Cat Williams said celebrities do in his Shannon Sharpe interview: deny that they sold out. Cat Williams called out Hollywood's connection to Baphomet, which is something that can't be overlooked. Cat Williams wasn't the only one in the industry to say something like this. Tokyo Toni, Blac Chyna's mom, revealed the same thing. She confessed that her daughter had a statue of Baphomet in her room that she prayed to and did rituals for.
A tattoo.
All right. It's a Baphomet. It's a picture size, 8 by 10 on her 10 by 12, of a Baphomet, which is back in the day. Let me try to explain. They use it for the Templars, the Knights Templars, that and the third. Well, today, they, like anything else, they've changed it. They've turned everything around. What's old is now new. What's wrong is now right. So this is the same thing. So it's a goat, which is transitioned to be both a male and a female. One hand goes up to God, one hand goes down to Satan. And this is who they all worship. Every last one of them. So she has it on her. I think it's gross, it's highly disappointing, it's scary, and it's allegiance. When you show allegiance to any god, and a person can be a god. Beyonce is a god of this earth. When you put your allegiance and all of that into that, and you stamp it on your ass, that's it. I can't take it. I mean, you actually went on and sold her soul. And it's facts. Well, I would go to her house, refuse to stay in her house. While I was there, I went through a cabinet in there. When I looked up, and this was what got me out of her house last time I was there, and I've never been back. I looked up and I saw something, and I just backed up and was like, y'all just don't even want to know. It went real bad. It went real bad. When I saw that, it went bad. So what I saw was a globe-like thing, what do you call it? Like a crystal ball? Yeah. A round ball, and it sat with a Baphomet under it. And it had this black inside.
This is what the industry is truly about. This is why all the music videos are displaying this dark imagery. This has been the plan from the beginning. Do not fall or follow any of these artists. Stop making them your God. The only one that deserves to be followed is Jesus Christ. His path leads you to salvation and eternal life. The devil offers you self-worship unless you pretend to be a god, stripping you of the ability to meet the one true God who can offer you a paradise and immortality. Don't fall for the manipulation. Please wake up and avoid the trap. They are hoping and expecting you to disregard the message in this video. You must prove them wrong. Let this video open your eyes so you may see the truth for yourself. All of the mainstream music industry was created to push this agenda. Hip-hop, pop, rock and roll, reggaeton, you name it. It is all being used to guide you away from God. I'm not saying that music is evil, because it's not. It is being used for an evil purpose, and that is obvious. The music has played a large role in the reason we live in a godless world. We need to change that by waking people up and helping them see the truth. We can only bring change if the masses wake up. Well, that's it for this video, but before you guys go, I just wanted to ask you to please like, comment, and share this video so that it would be recommended to others. I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.